This is a really important question. We actually had this conversation with a couple of people who've come to the booth.
The migration in Q2, are you still confident that will happen in Q2, or would it probably shift in a longer period of time?
The VRA token powers it basically funds the escrow campaigns. If we were to integrate with Google, Amazon, they would be sending us ads, and we already have integrations with all of those.
Do you have any special news you can tell the community today? Which I don't know right now. Okay, so
good to meet you, Dave.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. So welcome Verasity community. I got the pleasure to talk with Elliot. I'm very sure you know him. CMO, or better said, former CMO of Verasity.
Yeah.
That was also probably the first question.
Yeah.
People were very confused if you're leaving or you're staying for the rest of the year or something. Can you clarify for the community that situation?
Yeah, and actually I'm really glad you asked, because this is something that I really would like to clarify to the wider Verasity community. So I've stepped back from Verasity core marketing. Obviously, as everyone who's followed Verasity for a while knows, we have Verasity, which is the crypto brand. Then we have their views, and now we have their ads. I've stepped back from Verasity as CMO. Daniel is now going to step up as marketing director, probably with an eventual view of becoming CMO. This isn't a sudden thing. Daniel's worked with Verasity for 3.5 years, actually longer than I have.
Oh, okay.
And I've been training Daniel for the last sort of 6 months to step into a role with much more responsibility. But actually, Daniel's been instrumental in most of the public-facing marketing campaigns that we do. He's been instrumental in everything we've done this week here. And so I really feel strongly that he has the ability to lead Verasity marketing. I'm still going to be here. I know a lot of people thought that I wasn't going to be at this event, and that would just be it, and I'd be, sort of stepping back straight away.
Yeah.
I am still going to be advising VeraViews, rolling out Vera ads, and building a stronger marketing function for VeraViews and Vera ads. This is quite a personal decision for me. I think, as we discussed yesterday, and as I shared on Twitter, my partners have a period of ill health that's ongoing, and we have a young daughter. So just need that time to recollect and let someone else give 100% into Verasity marketing, which I think Daniel is going to do.
Okay. Is there a kind of opportunity you will come back into in the future to Verasity, or don't you think so?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've been in crypto for a long time. I've been in crypto for 7, almost 8 years now. Verasity is the longest I've ever stayed with one project. That's a testament to how cool I think Verasity is as an ecosystem. People move on a lot more in the crypto industry than they do in other industries. There's new opportunities coming up all the time. It's a natural part of business progression. Also, what I would say is Daniel is a fantastic member of the team. He's got a great career.
We found out he's real.
Yeah, and he's real. yeah. And someone owes you $1,000, I think, for that picture. But Daniel's a fantastic member of the team that's got a lot of potential. It's only me above Daniel, so it'd be cool for him to grow his career as well. So I'll always be interested in the Verasity ecosystem. I'll always be there for Daniel and the marketing team as an advisor. Whether I'd come back and work full-time with Verasity, I'm not sure. You never know what things might lead to. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Another question was about the communication with the community. Of course, you may know bigger part of the community wasn't happy the last couple of days. Would you admit you or the whole team could have done better in the communication?
This is a really important question. We actually had this conversation with a couple of people who've come to the booth. Certain things could have been communicated better. I definitely think that we thought there would be a longer consultation period for the proof of view, like dual token ecosystem. But it was clear very quickly what everyone wanted, and I think that sort of came quicker at our development resources than we expected. We also, and I've said this before, but it's a good opportunity to say on camera, I'd ask people to understand that our developer team are also building VeraViews, they're also building Vera ads, and on the back end they also have to do the tokenomics. So juggling that development pipeline has been a challenge. We're still moving in accordance to the roadmap that we gave, so we're still in Q2. And we still have plans to release a new update about proof of view migration and what it's going to look like. What I think we need to do now is, and what I admit that hasn't been done too well up to this point, is discuss the benefits for VRA holders and how VRA is actually going to benefit from a two-token ecosystem. So there's loads of functionality in place and loads of functionality that will come to the forefront of the ecosystem for proof of view that will actually benefit VRA and benefit VRA utility. So that's what we need to do a better job of next. Daniel has also taken over that. He's got some really great plans about how he's going to communicate that to the community, and they can expect an update sort of in the next few days. We wanted to get Dortmund out of the way. It's very B2B focused, and then we're going to plan that update.
Okay. You mentioned the migration in Q2. Are you still confident that that will happen in Q2, or would it probably shift in a longer period of time?
So that's still in our development pipeline, yeah. So what we've always said is we would move to this like testnet phase, where there would be some like sort of live use of the new proof of view ecosystem in a testnet environment with clients. Obviously, we have live clients who are using proof of view in their advertising campaigns and using their reviews. A proof of view has to function correctly for them first and foremost. So that'll be the next major phase where we actually run live campaigns with the new proof of view ecosystem. Once we're sure that it works and that there's beneficial mechanisms in place, then we can move to the next phase, which will be the full live launch. Everything's moving in accordance with the roadmap today.
Okay, yeah, cool. And yeah, obviously the whole community is like speculating about big exchanges like Binance, because we saw so many different tweets would lead to them. It's possible they will list this year. Can you tell us anything about it? Or
so that's no. I always say, and I always have said, we never mention exchange listings. I've followed a lot of projects. I work with a lot of projects that promise things that are dependent on third parties, and when the third party can't deliver or don't deliver, there's huge disappointment. If we were to list on a big exchange, the community would be the first to know about it. But we would never promise that, because we can't guarantee that it will happen. So we would rather not set expectations. What I would say is as well, so whenever like big exchange listings happen, I used to work at Cardano, for instance. And I was there when Cardano launched on Coinbase. And the PR team, which was me at the time, PR and marketing team, we knew a couple of hours before the listing happened because of the insider trading rules. So it's very, very strict. So only select few people know, and it's normally not the marketing team, when a listing is going to happen. So we would want to announce that as much as you guys would want to hear it.
Okay. Also serious question about the 90 billion market maker tokens, because in the beginning it said they will never be tradable, but now it comes to the concern they will be tradable in future. So what's true?
So they're going to be tradable on a separate contract. They're going to be a separate token. There's going to be sort of incentives for VRA holders to benefit from the new POV tradability. So we're looking at increased burns as proof of view moves through the ecosystem, and as it's used for VeraViews, we're looking at ways that can deliver kickbacks from VRA holders. It's not going to be it's not going to detract utility and value away from VRA. It's going to enhance the utility of the VRA. We are looking at ways that we could possibly lock the proof of view sort of value into a value that is relevant to something within VeraViews. So whether that's the cost of a campaign or the cost of launching with us. So it would be a lot more of a stable ecosystem token rather than this new thing that people would necessarily want to trade. So it's very much still the fuel for the ecosystem. There was two options really. The one option was that it stayed on the current VRA contract, which, as you guys know, was very bad optics-wise. It worked for us. It worked for us because it was working in the background, and it was working as a data circulation token. But we knew that optics-wise, having those 90 billion that were there, and 10 billion circulating looked like there was an overhang if you came onto CoinMarketCap or CoinMarketCap.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it was either stay in that ecosystem or look for something else that would serve our needs. So this two-token ecosystem is much more valuable from a commercial aspect. And we also think it will introduce new functionality for VRA. Going back to your earlier question, could we have communicated that better? Possibly, yeah, I believe so. And I accept, some responsibility for that. But I really think that, and this event has helped us sort of bring the whole ecosystem to life and bring the vision to life a little bit more. And then the next part of that is how proof of view fits into that sort of wider vision for Verasity. Yeah.
Okay. And so for Vero views and the VRA token, because there was also similar confusing for some people.
Yeah.
Can Vero views work itself without the VRA token as well, or is the VRA token really essential for Vero?
Yeah, so the VRA token powers it basically funds the escrow campaigns within VeraView. So if you want to run an ad campaign, you use the VRA token. We're also looking to introduce, and it'll become more clear when the next FAQ around the migration is launched. We're looking to introduce new functionality for VRA, so increase the utility for VRA. Right now it's core utility, and its utility always has been for funding advertising campaigns. We really want to enhance functionality so that it's not just that one piece of utility, so that there's other things you can do. So we've mentioned already that we're looking into how people can share computing resources to make our network more secure. So obviously we have proof of view as a module. Proof of view is only as powerful as the amount of sort of network power we can give it. So we're looking at how we can open that up in a decentralized manner, bring on more nodes into the ecosystem, more people who want to contribute their computing power to proof of view, and make us a more powerful solution for detecting fraud and doing a whole host of other things. That would have benefits as well and utility for VRA, so we could potentially look to reward people who provide their computing power in VRA and this sort of thing, and provide better incentives for people to use the proof of view marketplace and ecosystem, because we're going to turn it into almost like a decentralized marketplace of our products, and provide incentives for VRA holders there as well. So there is a lot of functionality planned. We really just need to do that communication piece now, and get that out there. Yeah,
very excited for that. And also for Vero views, we saw very successful with Kauf, and would it be possible to integrate Vero views in the biggest tech companies like Google, YouTube, or whatever? So is that possible, and are you in talks with these companies?
Yeah, so Kauf actually was, Kauf's a video player environment. We're still on the Kauf marketplace, but actually we decided that we needed to build our own video player and our own video player solution. A lot of publishers were coming to us with needs for customizability that couldn't necessarily be offered through the Kauf player. Kauf player is essentially, we would white label it and our ad stack sat inside of it. So it wasn't our video player, it was Kauf's proprietary player. What we need is our own video player environment. So now we have, through VeraViews, a fully customizable video player. It's our own video player, so we no longer have to rely on Kauf. You can deploy it into pretty much any website or app. So for instance, what we're looking to do with Creo Engine and some other Web3 gaming ecosystems that we've met with here is perhaps deploy our video player inside games, Web3 games, and you can customize it into basically any environment that you need to. So that's why we moved away from Kauf, stopped talking about Kauf. A couple of the case studies that we had during the Brightcove era have now been depreciated because we're on our own video player environment. We published just before Christmas a case study on basically statistics from advertising campaigns running within our own player, and we're seeing much better conversions, much better optimizability, and all of this sort of thing. To go back to your question, what could we integrate in? An integration for us, we work with publishers, so we would integrate our player into a publisher's website. On the back end, the integration with the major tech companies, that's where we get our ads from. So what we really want to do is, it's always been really hard for Web3 companies to find quality advertising. Yeah. So for many, many years, I've been a marketing, chief marketing officer in crypto for a while. It's really hard to do paid advertising in crypto. Many ad networks for many years blocked paid ads for crypto. They didn't want you to advertise crypto products. A few of those have been lifted now, but they still basically suppress crypto ads. It's really hard to get reach and all of this sort of thing. What we want to do is build up one of the biggest networks of Web3 publishers, so really Web3 focused publications, and use that as a network that we can do direct media sales for crypto companies. So if you're a crypto company and you want to buy some ads or sell some ads, you would come to us. On the other hand, we want to bring the world of programmatic advertising, the traditional world, which is where our commercial team are from. And we want to evangelize that and let Web3 publishers know that they can monetize significantly more effectively if they use programmatic advertising, video programmatic advertising. That's why, to directly go back to your question, if we were to integrate with Google, Amazon, or the other one that we're integrated with is Pubmatic, it would be on the demand side. So they would be sending us ads, and we already have integrations with all of those companies.
Oh, okay.
So we're an Amazon ads partner. I know that there's a little bit of ambiguity about what that means. Basically, it means we have access to their DSP, to their demand side platform. So we source ads from Amazon, we source ads from the Google DSP, and we source ads from the Pubmatic DSP as well. This gives Web3 publishers access to the best quality ads, very contextually relevant, and it gives Web3 publishers access to advertising inventory that is from trusted sources. So there's other networks out there that advertise things like gambling, and they add all sorts of things that are fringe, they're on the outside, but we have quality ads from the leading networks. So that's what an integration looks like for us with those 10 companies.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Last question for today. Do you have any special news you can tell the community today? Which I don't know right now.
I think the special news would be from Dortmund. So we've been updating quite a lot on Twitter. The biggest piece of special news is obviously sitting just behind the camera, but Daniel is real. And we also have, we've got quite a few really good conversations from the last couple of days. Obviously, people probably hate it, but I never announce anything until it's set in stone. But we've had some really good conversations over the last 2 days, and some more planned today, with a lot of Web3 gaming ecosystems who I really think are going to be sort of the next big explosion of where we can place ads and where Web3 users are living in sort of the metaverse and this sort of thing. So we're really excited to explore those partnerships, and we've met with some really great crypto publishers as well. So I think it's definitely been a great ROI from this event. And yeah, we hope to share more from it soon.
All right. Well done. Thank you for the time, Ali.
Thanks, Jay. Really great to meet you.
Okay, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.
Bye.